What's up, everybody? TonyPizzaGuy here with some breaking news for this year. And this is huge for the landscape of Impact Wrestling because we've seen it go up and down with TNA, then Impact, then Global Force Wrestling, now back to Impact Wrestling. We had a lot of owners. We had Jeff Jarrett, Dixie Carter, Billy Corgan, Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff. I can't even think of all the owners that we've had up and down. Jeff Jarrett again with Global Force Wrestling. Ed Norlam from Anthem. And now we have some huge news coming up because Don Callis and Scott D'Amore are now named as the executive vice presidents of Impact Wrestling. They've been named that. And we knew that they were going to be coming in. And Don Callis, if you don't know him, you probably heard him on the New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom. He was actually on commentary, but now he's coming over to Impact Wrestling to be part of this executive vice president. And this is big because they're making a lot of changes. And one of the big changes that they're doing is they're going to shape up the company. We've heard this before where, yeah, people are coming in, they're going to make changes, they're going to, like, things are going to happen. Yeah. Sure, we've heard it before. But this is actually a real deal, big deal here. Don Callis, if you remember from Cyrus as ECW, he did that. He's got a great mind for the business, as well as Scott D'Amore has a great mind for the business. And this is the landscape of the business because right now it is changing. The internet is getting huge and live streaming is becoming more prevalent than ever. And Impact Wrestling is going to move towards the live streaming platform. There's been a picture that has been going around on the internet of Impact Wrestling going back to the four-sided ring because if you're not aware, they're actually doing a bunch of tapings now for the beginning of the year. They're doing a bunch of tapings in a row, and then they're going to actually air them whenever, wherever, however. Nobody knows. But Don Callis is now coming in. He's flying over from Japan doing the Impact Wrestling stuff with Scott D'Amore doing this stuff. And with that four-sided ring picture that was actually leaked, the side banner actually has a Twitch logo on it. That's right. Impact Wrestling is coming to Twitch TV. And this is huge for them because this is something that I have known about. And I am a part of the Twitch wrestling community. I know I haven't streamed on Twitch as much as I wanted to, but I know that Twitch is talking with the representatives and trying to partner with them. I've known that they are pushing really hard for Twitch and pro wrestling. We know they did the AAA special. We know Wrestle Circus. There's Wrestle Pro Wrestle over there. There's a lot of things going on over there. And we know that Tommy Dreamer recently signed a deal with his promotion, House of Hardcore. But now Impact Wrestling is going to be on Twitch TV doing their shows. Whether this is going to be just for their live events, as far as like their big weekly shows, or if it's only going to be for their pay-per-views. What is it going to be for? We don't really know. Maybe it'll just be a highlight 1 hour show. Who knows what it's going to be, but I think this is big for wrestling and the internet. I think that in this modern day, I even said this back a long time ago, you don't need a television network to have a successful professional wrestling company. If you use the internet properly, YouTube and Twitch and social media, you can create a great product that people can access from anywhere in the world. That's the thing. You don't have to have a crappy TV network that, yeah, we're on TV, that's the goal, that's the be-all end-all goal is to get on. No, that's not the be-all end-all goal. The be-all end-all goal of wrestling is to get the most people to watch it. And how can you do it? Well, everybody has a smartphone. People can tune in, get on their computers, watch it live on Twitch, on YouTube, all that good stuff. Now, I think this is the best model for professional wrestling. You get people chatting along with the emotes and all that, subscribing on Twitch and those ads that pop up. It's just a perfect partnership for pro wrestling. If you have Twitch Prime, you can use that free subscription to help support Impact Wrestling if that's something you want to do. You can also subscribe if you want for $4.99. There's also other tiers. I'm sure they're offer other rewards to go along with those tiers. And one of the other things that I think could help benefit a professional wrestling company would be something like Patreon. Now, I'm not going to say that you need to set up a Patreon to make this work, but this is just another avenue to help a company grow in this modern era. I don't think there's any professional wrestling company that has a Patreon that helps support the product. And that's the thing here, because if you could set up a Patreon, you could do this Twitch, you could offer some really awesome rewards that nobody is doing right now. I think you're going to have something that's going to be amazing. I hope that Don Callis and Scott D'Amore have their eye on the prize and think of like the global huge landscape that they can create here. It's a brand new time. If they can do this properly, And they can take this company to new heights. I know AAA has done it, like I said. House of Hardcore is doing it. Wrestle Pro Wrestle, Wrestle Circus. Yes, those are independent shows. Like AAA has done theirs as well. But this is going to be huge because, you know, with television dying, the next step is to go on the internet. And I think Impact Wrestling can survive and will survive if they don't go as major scale as they're trying to go. I mean, they're trying to be like the WWE, and that's not working for them. So I hope they know that not being the WWE is going to work a million times better for them and trying to be the first Impact Wrestling. I think Don Callis and Scott D'Amore, if they can use their minds properly and do it the way that they should do it, it's going to be amazing. Because honestly, they're making moves, right? They had John Morrison, Johnny Mundo on there, Alberto El Patron, whether you like him or not, he's a part of the program. They're trying to make new stars in Eli Drake, and there's rumors of Rey Mysterio trying to come over. So think of that. Think of Rey Mysterio coming over and them actually getting Rey Mysterio. I'd tune into a Twitch live stream to watch that. And the thing about it, in this modern day of professional wrestling, people don't always want to pay to see the product, but if they're invested in the product enough, they're going to spend their money. That's the way good business works. If you provide a product that people want to see and people want to watch, they're going to pay money. And with Twitch, it's just that one thing. You can get donations, you can get subscriptions, you can get emotes, you can get a bunch of perks. And I think that Twitch is going to be huge for Impact Wrestling if they do it properly. I think there's a way that you can capitalize on it. You can do the weekly shows live on Twitch. You can air them. You can have clips. You can have Twitch highlights. You can have all that awesome stuff. You can subscribe. You can get some perks. And I think they should open up a Patreon as well. I think it's something that would be viable for them. And it's not a thing that you have to support to make the company go. It's kind of the way that it works with YouTube. You think all of the smaller YouTubers, all the medium, large YouTubers, some of them have Twitch channels where they get donations, they get subscriptions, and they make money that way. But some of them also have Patreons where they also make money, donations, and stuff like that. And the Patreon would be great because you can do rewards, like get early access to some of the content. Imagine that, right? You have Impact Wrestling. You can get next week's episode right now if you subscribe for $9.99 on Patreon or whatever it may be. Or just imagine that, right? You get a Patreon reward, unlocks early content. Think of that. How awesome would that be, right? You just watched Impact Wrestling on Twitch. They go, you know what? You want to watch next week's episode right now after this goes off air on Twitch? Go over to Patreon and pledge right now, and you can get the episode right now. It's not something that needs to be done. You don't have to support it, but it's one of those extra perks. They give you more behind the scenes stuff. They give you free merchandise. There's all kinds of opportunities there if they can use it properly. I think them embracing the internet, doing Twitch, making this partnership, I know they're probably going to get on the front page of Twitch because they're partnering with Twitch, and Twitch is huge into wrestling. I spoke to some of the wrestling people over at Twitch, and they are like gung-ho about making this wrestling work, and they will help partner those wrestling companies and help get them on the front page. And people go to twitch.tv every Thursday, whatever it may be, and there's a new episode, Impact Wrestling Live. People can watch it. It's going to be great. Now, I'm not going to say this is going to be an overnight success for Impact Wrestling and their product's going to skyrocket and it's going to be amazing. No, that's not it. They've got to prove themselves in this time right now that they not only cannot be WWE, they can't be WWE anymore. They have to be the first Impact Wrestling, and they have to prove that they're past all that crap, past all the stuff in the past. They have to get Dixie Carter's name, Jeff Jarrett's name, Global Force Wrestling. They got to get all that out of there, and they got to be the first Impact Wrestling. They can get all that bad stigma out of there and kind of just say, okay, this is literally the dawning of a new era. 2018 is going to be a new era. Again, they're not going to have those great matches, those A+ stars, like all that stuff that they need. Yes, they have some great talent right now. Yes, they have some great matches right now, but they're not going to be competing with WWE right now, and that's not should not be their main focus. Their main focus should be to be the first Impact Wrestling. I've said it again and again and again. So hopefully they could keep that in mind. Hopefully Don Callis got the more. They know what they're doing, coming in and hoping to run this company the right way. I think that there's potential. I think that they can finally do this. And I'm not going to say that, again, I'm not going to mark my words and say this is the dawning of a new era. Remember the old TNA Impact Wrestling where Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and Christopher Daniels had a triple threat match and it was the most amazing X Division match we've ever seen? No, I'm not going to say that's going to be the Impact we're going to see. But I will say that if done properly, if they do everything in their right mind, if they take the right steps with Twitch, which I think is great, if they do something like Patreon, I think would be great as well. Because this is a thing where I would be willing to invest my money, my support. I would subscribe, I would donate, I would go on Patreon if they give me the product that I want, something that I can get behind, something that's new and fresh and innovative and awesome. And I hope that it succeeds. I hope them all the best, because when professional wrestling is good for everybody, it's good in WWE, it's good in New Japan, it's good in the independents, and it could be good in Impact Wrestling. Anyway, guys, I want to know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about Impact Wrestling and Twitch TV? Do you think this is going to be a success? Do you think it's going to be a failure? Or do you think it's just too little too late? Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you smash that like button if you enjoy this. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. As always, I'm TonyPizzaGuy, and we'll see you in another video.